females of all ages who want to look, feel, and perform their best. Activator can only be found at Nutrition Authority. Stop in, call, or visit us at mynutritionauthority.com.
Spring is on its way. Are you prepared to keep the grass greener on your side? Blades Lawn and Landscape has a position opened at a homeowner association to their client list with residential and commercial openings also. Transform your yard into a private oasis with the professional services offered by Blades Lawn and Landscape, including landscape walls and beds and a 5-step fertilizer program applied by a licensed professional. Call them today at 402-730-6320 or go to bladeslcc.com to schedule a free estimate on commercial or residential lawn services.
Working at Continental in Lincoln isn't a job, it's a career. And right now, they've raised wages again, and they're hiring for production operators at $24.62 per hour, which grows to $28.97 per hour within 3 years. Skilled trade positions now start at $33.36 per hour, with opportunities to make more based on certifications. Continental also has salary jobs available and great benefits, plus medical and prescription costs at very low premiums. Dental, vision, and life insurance are offered at no premium cost to the associates, with increased bonuses and vacation for new hires. To learn more or apply, go to continentaljobs.com with keyword Lincoln. Come work at Continental today.
You're spending $300 a month. Binge drinking is the most common form of excessive drinking, which costs the United States more than $191 billion each year. By drinking less, you will save $300 a month. If you or a loved one is looking for help, find a treatment facility near you at findtreatment.gov. For immediate support, call, text, or chat 988.
Brought to you by Nebraska DHHS in partnership with SAMHSA.
Live from the heart of Lincoln, America, welcome to Ticket Weeknights on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back into Ticket Weeknights. Harrison Arns on the ones and twos, and we got a full studio in here today, getting the headphone situation. And I will say this, don't feel bad. I think, Brewington, you could probably agree. I think every single person struggled with the headphones first time on.
Yeah.
They're a bit of a Rubik's Cube, but nonetheless, if you guys want to join in on the show at all, 402-464-5685 is the Sartor Heyman text line. Put a face to the voice, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, Allo, channel 961. All great ways to engage. As those guys are getting set up, Chancellor Brewington, what do we got on the plate today?
Yeah, we got two special guests here tonight. I think we got all the headphones situated. But yeah.
Can you guys hear? We'll just do a quick check. Can you guys hear yourselves on the headsets? Are we good there?
We're good.
Okay, sweet. So what do we got tonight then, Brewington?
Yeah. So we got Jess Ozuda. No, I butchered it. Oh my goodness. Jess Ozudi. There we go. We got Jess Ozudi. And we got Chris Slatt. My dog, man. My dog.
I appreciate you.
Yeah.
A little nervous.
Yeah, a little nervous.
What do I do with my hands? What do I do? What do I do?
Yeah, but we'll just get right into it. So I like to start off every show with just kind of getting to know our guests, getting to know where they're from, their background, how they grew up, nothing too personal, but I like to give like a foundation to the conversations we get into next. So I think we'll start off with let's start off with Jess.
Ladies first.
She's
the big time sprinter, so I'm just chilling.
Yeah. So Jess, tell the people where you're from and a little bit about yourself.
Okay. I'm Jessica Ozudi, or Jess, and I'm from Sparks, Nevada. And I started doing track in middle school and just went from there. I went to Colorado State. And
you went to Colorado State?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's was that Fort Collins?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Did you like out there?
Yeah, it's really nice.
Okay.
It's really pretty.
So you started running at what age?
Whatever middle school age is.
Okay, so like junior
13,
high.
14. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So when did you realize like, I'm kind of faster than everyone, or was that like a thing?
It was okay. I kind of realized that in fourth grade because we had like this little. It was like 2008, like it was during the Olympics, and we had this little fourth grade Olympics, and I won the little races that they had, and then like kind of forgot about track for a little bit. But then in middle school, I started winning again. And then I was noticed by the high school coach. And then he trained me for the regional junior Olympics. Like not anything like huge.
Okay, so you kind of just there was like a little talent there, saw it, and someone saw it in you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's awesome. That's awesome. We'll get back to that. But we'll pivot real quick.
Yeah.
Chris Slatt, Coach Slatt. I don't even like saying Chris. That's weird to me. But tell the people a little bit about yourself, where you're from, and yeah, tell them about Slatt.
Well, I'm originally from a suburb of Cleveland.
Cleveland.
Yeah, Cleveland, Ohio, OHIO. About 25 miles straight west on Lake Erie.
Okay.
Brewing County, Amherst. Grew up there. Moved, track and field took me all over the place. It's pretty awesome. And ended up in Lincoln, Nebraska, working under Coach Gary Pepin, which was amazing. And thought I was gonna be here for like 2 years, and I just never left. 'Cause I love it here.
Oh yeah.
People here are great.
Yeah.
Everything like that. So
when did growing up, what sports did you play? Because I know we talked about it, but
yeah. So growing up, I played all the sports,
Mhm.
and so 7th and 8th grade, I was fall and spring athlete of the year.
oh wow.
And my dad going into my freshman year was like, Slat, like we can't afford to pay for college. So you got to pick one fall sport, one spring sport, get a scholarship, one of those two,
Mhm.
because mom and dad can't pay because they were just, they were laborers. So I picked football and track, and it worked out really good for me for both. And I chose track, and I ended up, running college track and at a high level, and it kind of moved into the next phases of everything.
Yeah. So when did you, the same question I asked, just like when did you realize, oh, I'm a little bit more athletic, or I'm faster, I can jump longer? You know what I'm saying? Like when did that kick in for you?
When I beat my dad in a sprint in 8th grade, going into 8th grade, Christmas break, in Miami.
Really?
Yeah, my dad was a phenomenal athlete. Like you go back to West Virginia to this day, and my dad's got, all the records. He was amazing. So I beat him in a foot race, and I was like, oh, my dad was mad, but I was like, I got you, and I got him by a little bit.
Uh-huh.
And then I went in with so much confidence that 8th grade year, and then I broke all the county records and things like that. So it's just beat my dad. My dad was my hero. So that was like a great moment for me.
Yeah. So my bad.
No, go ahead.
But so when it came to pick between track and football, was it evident that track was
Oh yeah.
what
I
you
was
wanted to do?
I was a track athlete that played football.
Okay.
Right. So I was very linear. I could move lateral and all that stuff. I know that now, but like looking at my film, I was a track dude that played football.
Really?
And I just love slamming in the sand. I love sand. Like to this day, like on my track practice, I was at track practice this morning and I had sand in my shoes.
Is that
Like
what
the
they call
best-
it? Slamming in the sand?
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So I love that feeling.
Mhm.
Like I love like long jump. So yeah, it was an easy decision.
Yeah. So this could go for both y'all, but like what about track did y'all fall in love with?
Go ahead.
I don't know. It was kind of like just winning.
Mm.
Yeah, it just feels so good to like get a personal best or just like win,
Yeah.
Like even I don't know. It just feels really good to win.
Mhm.
And then there was also like the team aspect in like high school and college and like
So there is a
That's
team
really-
aspect.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. So the competitive nature of winning a race, is there like a rush that gives
Oh,
and,
yeah.
and you just want to keep
It feels amazing. I don't like there's no words to describe it. It's like the best feeling ever.
really?
Hmm
Man. Yeah, because I guess that's different than like as a team, like everyone gets to join in the success or the accolade or the success, but I guess in a race it's really just you.
Mhm.
Yeah. What about you, Slap?
Obviously winning,
Yeah.
cool, but I just love the process.
Mhm.
Like I love the process of how things work and putting things together, jump
Mhm.
far. And then the individualism of it is amazing because it's just you, obviously your coach. But the one thing that I am jealous with now working with all you guys like you and the football guys is like the camaraderie of the team.
Mm.
Where track and field, it's more individual.
Right.
Right. So it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
You get to go out there and the challenge of, being at 128 feet, 2 inches, and within minimal centimeters of moving down the runway, you could scratch,
Mhm.
right? Or not moving down the runway and then be behind the board. So the room of error, I love that challenge.
Yeah.
I love coaching that,
Yeah. So
and I love that as a jumper.
yeah, because if you, I really don't know track at all. I've never ran track in a day in my life. So if you go over the line in long jump,
Oh yeah,
it's finito.
it's a scratch.
Oh,
Yeah, it's
okay,
a scratch.
okay,
So
and you don't get it back.
No, it
Oh
counts
boy.
against you. So you need 1 to get 3 more,
Mhm.
right? Because you get 3 in the prelims. Then if you hit the mark and you're top 9 to go in, then you get to jump again,
Mm.
right? So it's just the beauty of it. It's just the organization of it, the drive, the transition, the max velocity, set up, takeoff, flight, landing. It's just
Mhm.
it's fun to coach.
Yeah.
And fun to be part of.
So let's go to high school. You get to South Dakota.
Mhm.
Um,
Well,
and-
that was a journey.
okay, yeah. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that.
So Slat thought like if you jump far and run fast, you didn't have to do anything to go to college.
Uh
And then I found out there's this thing called the ACT. Well, I scored 16 3 times in a row on that damn
Okay.
test, right? I hate it. So I ended up having to go to junior college, College of the Desert, Palm Springs. The Roadrunners, great experience. Coach Dostal was my coach. And it taught me a lot. It let me know that I loved what I was doing because JUCO life is not fun. Like I respect so many kids that go through that process of JUCO. And even when I was at Nebraska coaching, recruiting it, just knowing what they go through,
Mm.
right? So it taught me a lot. I ended up at Bowling Green, and they dropped the men's program for Title IX.
Oh,
So then
my
I was out of
goodness.
school for a year, and then jumped at a meet in South Dakota. Broke the meet record. I forget what I jumped. I think it was like 24:10 or 25:1 or something like that. And then Coach Gottslavin offered me a scholarship on the spot, and I enrolled that next semester.
Mhm.
And to this day, he'll tell you he had to pull every string academically to get me in because
Every string.
I didn't understand how important academics were.
Right.
And then I got there and did great academically,
Mhm.
and I ended up earning my degree, which is probably one of the greatest moments of my life because I never thought I'd do that.
Mm.
Right. And then I was blessed to just move on and jump. And I went from there, from USD to Boise to work under Ed Jacoby and Jake Jacoby for the Bronco Track Club. And then from there, I jumped far enough to go work with Mike Powell, the world record holder. And that right there showed me like, bro, you ain't going to be Olympian.
Mm.
I had limitations, right? But I used it as like a big giant internship.
Mhm.
So I would go to watch Bob Kersey's practices and John Smith's practices with HSI, and they got to work with Dan Paff and just learning. And I always wanted to be a coach. I
Right.
always wanted to do what I'm doing. And I get more excited watching my athletes PR or be All-Americans or national champions than I ever did when I jumped.
Mm.
And it's just, and Mike Powell always used to say, "Sight, you're going to be a better coach than ever jumper,"
Mm.
because it's just kind of like what I love to do.
Yeah.
Right. So it's been a beautiful process.
Well, as you're talking, I'm hearing like there's a lot of transitions.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And I think that's cool because I'm still 24. We be talking about this.
Oh,
like
you young, but
I'm young and I don't know it all, but I
Yeah.
just see like there's beauty in transitions from going from one place to another, and in that there's probably like a uncomfortable season where you got to get adjusted
Oh, yeah.
and things like that. So
Yeah.
from South Dakota, you said you went to Boise,
Boise, yeah.
and so what was that like?
So it was crazy.
Uh-huh.
So Justin St. Clair,
Mhm.
who's the head track coach now at Nebraska, that took
Right.
over Coach Pepin, legendary coach. I mean, Coach Pepin's unbelievable. Justin and I were training partners in Boise.
Mhm.
Justin did not like me when he first met me.
Oh boy.
No, we butted heads a little bit, and then we got on a flight together to Arizona. That's a whole entire different story. Like, that's a podcast on its own. What I broke his damn javelin. I feel horrible, but no. So it's just a journey, and then he's back here now, right?
Mm.
So, but yeah, it's just a great process, and that's right. Like you just keep developing and growing, and you take everything that you learn. And you're gonna have coaches that you loved, coaches
Right.
that you didn't like, right? And you take those things in each one of them, and you build your own platform or
Mhm.
whatever you call it in this day and age. And And I've had some great coaches, some bad coaches. Learned a lot, been around the sport a lot, and it's kind of always just comes back to full circle. You
Mhm.
know, Justin's here. We were just with him today. Love Justin.
Did you learn more from the bad coaches or the good coaches?
Bad coaches,
Really?
right?
Really?
Bad coaches, yeah. How do you treat your athletes? How you talk to your athletes?
Mm.
Because it's easy, like when things are good, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
But when things aren't good, you see true character of a coach, or you see the process and where it's at. And there's a lot of coaches that are me.
hmm
Well, really, it should never be me. It should be them. It should be your athlete, right?
Yeah.
And you know that, Brew.
Yeah.
You work with me every day. Like
Yeah.
I don't like this is uncomfortable for me. I'm doing it because I love you, right? I mean, ask Jess. Like I was like, bro, my lips sweat. You know what I mean? I talked to your mom, like my butt sweating. It's going down. Like I'm sweating because I don't like it.
Right.
If people are talking about me, the process is wrong. They should be talking about my athletes, right? And with social media and all that stuff, I get it. Like you got to post your stuff and to get clients and all that stuff. But necessarily, do you? Right? Because I don't. I mean, I think my last post is like 2023 with Molly Gribben, right? And Molly was jumped for us at Nebraska and Ireland, all that fun stuff. But it's just not my thing.
Yeah. So you have that conversation with what's the name of that coach? That told you that you probably had the gift of
Mike Powell, world record holder. Yeah.
Okay, so Mike Powell gives you, this how should I say it? Tells you that you will be a good coach, and then like when was the transition from athlete to coach?
2005.
Oh wow.
Yeah, 2005. I was done. Like I maxed my ability.
Right.
Like there was times when I was training with Mike, and we had Grace Upshaw, two-time Olympian, Jackie Edwards made 5 Olympics from Bahamas, Travell Quinley, Bashir Ramsey, like Dwight Phillips would come and train. Dwight jumped 28-10. But I knew my place. Like I knew, I ain't them. So there was times where Mike wouldn't even coach me for like a month, but I would get practice set up. I'd be there. I'd be learning, and just watching. And because at the end of the day, like I just wanted to coach. I mean, and I told my dad when I was growing up, like I just wanted to be a coach. I want to be a Division I track coach, and I was blessed to be able to do that. And I'm in the private sector now, and I love it. So it's just one of those things. Like it's a goal. Like you're driven to it.
Right.
You do everything that you can do to get to it. And I've been really blessed for what I've been able to witness and learn from.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I was just talking about like, just being a coach and a trainer. I'm thinking about all the guys you train. Like, and there's hundreds of track people. I don't know their names and just because I'm not familiar, but from the football side, I'm thinking about Nate Gary, Sean Carter, Luke Gifford, Luke Reimer, Dalen Sam. Like we could go down this line, this list forever. JoJo Dome and Ben Stilley. We could go forever. And it's always the work that's done behind the scenes that a lot of people don't even see.
Yeah.
And just to give you your flowers, like you're a fantastic coach, of course. But
thank you.
I mean, there's a lot of good coaches out there, but the way you're able to transfer the information to the athlete, I think that's very, very rare. And I don't really see that a lot in coaching, training, and even Division I. I just think about football. Like there's a lot of times where a coach can't relay the information to where the athlete understands it and can apply it to the technique, to the route, the form, the mechanics, the film study. Like they can't apply it. So you do a very fantastic job. Very fantastic.
Thank you.
I'm curious too. Like, what is one of the things that, because a lot of people want to get into coaching when they can't play their respected sport anymore. What are like one of the things, maybe even a couple things that before going into coaching, you had no anticipation that this is going to be something hard to overcome, and as a coach, you need to be on top of? Like, what were some of those hidden agendas that took a little bit more time getting used to?
I think like the biggest thing is I always try to detach myself from the situation and put myself in the athlete's shoes. Right. So like I said, through the, obviously working myself up the ladder of getting to Mike Powell, which is the epic, of my career. You just learn so much, and you just, you try to take pieces of the bad, the good, the ugly, whatever that is, and then you build your blueprint, and then you that's the coach that you want to become, right? So I don't want anybody to ever feel left out. I don't want anybody to ever feel like when they come in my facility or they practice with me that I'm not dialed in, because athletes feel that from every
100%.
age, from every level, right? So I want my guys to know, or my athletes to know that regardless of what's going on or the time of day, like we're gonna be in it, we're gonna get it done. And you just, I don't know, I just like I coach with my heart, like my brain a little bit.
And we got one from YouTube as well. This one asks, what's the hardest part about coaching with the new short-term portal transfers?
Oh man, the portal. So I'm kind of old school, and I'm loyal. I had an opportunity to go back home and run a facility. They flew me back, and I've had multiple opportunities to do things like that in Charlotte, Eugene, Oregon. Cleveland was a little bit different scenario because it was home, and flew back home. They threw out the red carpet. It was salary where the money was more sustainable over the year, and I would have to work less. And the whole time that I was back home, I couldn't do it. I couldn't leave my athletes. I couldn't leave what Joey Hausman put in place for me. I couldn't leave the promise I made to his wife that I would see through his kids, her kids, obviously fulfilling their dream of playing Division I sports. And Liv's going to Creighton, Ashton played Nebraska, Coops at Nebraska, and now we got Kiffin Beckett, so just I don't know. So I'm I'm a loyal dude. I'm old school. The portal, to me, I think it's ass backwards. If a coach leaves, then an athlete should be able to go. So if I recruit Brew and then I take a job at Ohio State, then I think Brew should have the opportunity to leave. But this dude that was at Alabama, that went from Alabama to Iowa.
Oh, okay.
They gave him $100,000 NIL deal, and the dude bounced. He took $100,000,
and it's on contract, so they got to pay it.
You know what I mean? And I think that's where it's gone wrong. So I'm not a big fan of the portal. I think the portal's important for like we talked about, like if a coach leaves or something like that. But I'm not a big fan of it.
Yeah, you're not building integrity. You're not building
accountability and credibility, right? And if I'm hiring somebody to come in and work for me, I want somebody that can prove that they've started and finished something that they've done. But if you've been to 6 different schools in 5 years, bro, I ain't gonna hire you. Like, because the moment that you don't get what you want from me, where are you going?
Yeah,
you're out. You know what I mean?
It's breeding unaccountability. Yeah,
right. And it's taking away like what traditional true athletics is. Teaching the locker room, teaching the accountability and credibility, and fighting for your brothers day in and day out. And that's why I respect. Like, you look at the guys that we have for Pro Day, like Reimer and all those guys, like Phelan and AG and North. How many coaches have they been through, right?
Oh, yeah.
But they bleed Nebraska, right? So in my mind, I was like, so what were we last year? What was our record?
5 wins.
5-1.
Just short of a bowl game.
Right. So my mindset is, all right, so we got Coach Rule, which I absolutely love and respect. I've never seen a coach come to practice and watch guys that, like, he comes and watches, like, the guys do their track workouts with me, or their combine workouts. I want to give them a great experience.
Right.
The last time they leave the Hawks practice field, when they bring their kids back, they're going to have a great taste in their mouth because we killed it on a pro day, right? So that was my mindset for them. Like, it wasn't about, like, can I get more clients? Can I get this? Can I get that? That takes care of itself. I wanted them to kill pro day, so when they come back, they're like, I have a great feeling, because the last feeling they had was we lost to Iowa.
Yeah.
Right. And that's not fun, right?
Yeah. For anyone.
No, so it's a different feel for me. Like, I do a little bit different, but I do not like the portal.
Yeah.
No.
No,
Definitely
for sure.
not the only one with that opinion
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah.
With that being said, though, we are already up to our first break here. Again, we got the host as always, Chancellor Brewington to my left. This is What's Brewing with Brewington. We got Jess and Chris Latin here as well. A couple guests to the left. So don't go anywhere. We got 2 more segments on this show. We'll talk to you guys in just a little bit.
At Allo, we believe in the exceptional. From extraordinary whole home coverage to super fast speeds, our local teams are always on hand to make sure your service is running at top performance. Let go of lag, banish buffering, and enjoy outstanding service throughout your entire home. We believe in delivering nothing less than exceptional service, so that's exactly what we do. Visit us at allofiber.com to experience the exceptional.
Husker fans, this is Matt Davison with the 1890 Initiative. You've probably heard about NIL, name, image, and likeness. And now you can have an immediate impact on the success of our programs. The 1890 Initiative is Nebraska's premier NIL company. And with your help, we can maximize our student athletes' opportunities with NIL and prepare them for life after college. Nebraska has always been a leader in college athletics. Let's do the same with NIL. To learn more, visit 1890nebraska.com, where 100% of your donation goes directly to Husker student athletes. That's 1890nebraska.com.
Nutrition Authority invites you to try Anarchy, which is an exciting free workout for athletes and fitness enthusiasts who want the most out of their workout. Anarchy can only be found at Nutrition Authority. Remember, when you want results, the solution is simple. Nutrition Authority. Stop in, call, or check us out at mynutritionauthority.com.
NEPCO is hiring CDL drivers for Ready Mixed Concrete, Husker Concrete, and Beatrice Concrete. NEPCO offers great pay, medical and retirement benefits, paid time off, and they pay for CDL training. Apply today and start your new career with a $2,500 hiring bonus. From NEPCO's beginning in 1908, it's the employees that have formed the company's solid foundation. Start your career today. Visit nebcoinc.com. That's NEBCOINC.com.
93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize before participating in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the K&TK Studios, 1040 O Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeit. Thank you for participating in our contest, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. Doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934, HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
Are you searching for a helping hand in life? Look no further. Integrated Behavioral Health Services is your answer. They're your compassionate, trusted partners committed to guiding you from challenges to triumphs. Their licensed professionals offer personalized therapy for individuals, couples, and families. At IBHS, the focus is you. Experience a life-changing transformation in an environment tailored to your unique needs. Visit ibhealthservices.com today and take that first step towards a brighter future. Discover the power of healing with Integrated Behavioral Health Services. You're not alone. Let them walk this journey with you.
Plains Cover Crop is your one-stop seed shop. Call us now for spring and summer forages, CRP mixes, and fall cover crop blends. We do farm-specific consulting for practical and efficient seed blends to fit your geography and goals. With a very diverse inventory, we will tailor a blend just for you. We're also looking for contract growers, and we buy and sell rye. Find us online at plainscovercrop.com. Timeless agronomy practices paired with modern technology. East Highway 20 in Orchard and across Nebraska.
When you were a kid, clubs were cool. Robotics club and space club and stuff like that. But what do adults get? Book clubs and quilting clubs? Nah, forget that. How about margarita clubs and old-fashioned clubs? Get to Upside Bar and Lounge for the best clubs in town. Try all 10 varieties of Upside margaritas or old fashions and take home a free souvenir glass. Grab the whole crew and pair it with taco night on Mondays or whiskey Wednesdays. Upside Bar and Lounge at 29th and Pine Lake.
Back to the Ticket weeknights on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back into Ticket Weeknights. Harrison Arns on the ones and twos. We got the host, as always, of What's Brewing with Chancellor Brewington. His name's in the show. to my left. And again, we got the couple guests in here. Starter Heyman text line 402-464-5685. Streaming Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, and as always, channel 961. A great way to put a face to the voice. But nonetheless, I'll throw it back to the host, Chancellor Brewington. Where do you want to go with it?
Yeah, I was thinking of a question during break. What's the commonality of these elite athletes that you train? You have the opportunity of training. Like, what's the common theme with them?
The common theme is they're all developers and they want to be great. You know what I mean? And the toughest part, and it was just today with Ryan Godfrey, we were at the Devaney indoors, and we were just talking about how tough it is for someone like Jess or Kobe Hilton, who's her training partner, or even myself, like after college, a lack of support, right? And the NCAA, there's regulations and things, and now with NIL, there's different rules, so you can use the facilities a little bit more, but the support is tough, right? You know, for someone like Jess, there's no support in Colorado Springs, so she has to come here, so then she can go see Dr. G, who is going to take care of her. She's had some Achilles issues and
shout out Dr. G.
Dr. G's a dog, unbelievable. So it's the want for them to be able to have a place where they can come train and understand that we're going to develop them and get them better and get to where they need to be, and I'm truly blessed here with what we have. We got Trackville with PJ Grossroad, phenomenal. My facility, Coach Phi up at Doan, who's just amazing. He lets us use the facility. And then obviously Justin, letting us use the facility. And then obviously letting, Jess and Kobe and some of our other unattached athletes run in the meets at Nebraska, where a lot of schools, unattached athletes aren't allowed to compete.
Wow.
So it's tough, man.
Yeah.
It's really tough.
So when we talk about like a track athlete, what makes a track athlete good? Obviously we got the speed and the intangibles that you can't coach, but like as far as like a mindset approach to track, like what does that look like? And this is for both of you guys.
Yeah. So go ahead.
You just have to, especially after college, you have to be really motivated because like you don't have that support anymore for most post-collegiate athletes. You just have to be like super motivated, and then you also have to like be able to like make money for yourself so you can get like treatment, and I don't know, you need to buy like a uniform and stuff, and you need to buy the good spikes, and it's just you just have to be like, you just have to have your head in it, or else you're not gonna go anywhere.
So like self motivation.
Yeah,
I love it.
It's very
You have to love it.
Yeah, you have to love it too. It's very lonely, it's a lonely road until you make it big.
Yeah, them track workers aren't fun. They'd be making your stomach hurt.
Oh
No. Yeah, today she was laid out, boy. No, it was funny because she said, so she had a 300, a 250, a 2, a 150. It was just like to see where our strengths at, see where she's at, see how she's responding to treatment with Dr. G. And after her 200, she was like, "Slack, can I get a little bit extra break?" And I looked at her and I was like, "No, no, your rest is 4 minutes.
Yeah,
because then we're not tapping into the energy system. We're not getting where we want to be. And then I need to see you. I need to see what's this going to look like." So we queued her up. She ran great. But yeah, track is it's a lonely sport, man.
No, seriously.
It really is. You know? And it's a weird sport because you have someone like Alison Felix, training at a high school, right? Because that's just where she's at. It's not like the NFL where you have your practice facilities or the MLB where you have your,
spring training and stuff.
Yeah. Track, you could walk out to a track in Texas and Tara Davis is there, jumping. And you're like, what's Tara doing here? And she's world indoor champion.
Okay.
So it's just a different thing, and even like meets, like, so I took one of my athletes to Nike Nationals and it was right with USA's and Alison Felix and Muna Lee and all these former athletes and elite athletes. Nolan Lyles is walking around where like when you go to Philly, when Nate was there, like you only see Nate for like 20 minutes when he can leave the hotel room. Right? But track and field, you're right out there with everybody.
Oh, wow.
Right? So it's a different sport.
So it's more community.
Oh yeah, more community.
Mm.
You know. So it's a lot different.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. So we were just talking off air about the pro day, and you had the opportunity to train a few guys.
Yeah.
More than a few. And I want to touch on, like, a lot of people don't understand how detailed that process is and how strenuous that process is, and it takes a toll on the athlete mentally. But for a coach, having to prepare them, what was that like? And to say their names, first of all: Luke Reimer, Balin Sanford, Anthony Grant, and Nuri. I don't know how to say his last name. Nuri Nueli.
I think that's how.
If you want to pull the actual German tongue on it, that's not. It's tough.
Yeah, see, he's gonna call in and be like, "Come on, Side. How do you not know my name by now?"
Seriously.
You know what? It's kind of funny because I've talked to like Sipple about it and some other people. It's a great process, but man, it's horrible. It's stressful, because you think about it. 14 weeks we trained. Nori came back after the that Senior Bowl thing that he was in with a quad hip flexor.
Mm-hmm.
So you're balancing his rehab, his development, what he can do, what he can't do, the pull, the bike. You got Phelan, who was a big caster and puller, and you're trying to change the sprint mechanics so where he pushes, but then you don't want to overcorrect it because then his body's not ready to work at that, with those angles. I'm blessed with Luke because Luke has been with me since his junior year of high school. So that one was easy. Like it was just getting him back to where he was, but he knows my cues. But it also helped Phelan because he was able to talk to Phelan. And then AG, we got him late. I wish we'd have got him a lot earlier.
Right.
Because he missed the developmental side of things. But it's fun. But it's funny because the guys get so annoyed with me because you're starting to get like that 6 to 4 to 3 to 2 weeks. And it's always like, how you feel? How you feel? Are we good? Are we tight? Because if you have a soft tissue injury, you're done.
Yeah.
Right. And last year with Caleb Tanner, we had that. We had a soft tissue injury about 5 weeks out from pro day. And to this day, like it drives me nuts because is there something we could have done better? Was it overcoaching? Was it under? I don't know, right? But so it's a lot of fun to train those guys. Even like getting the guys ready, like Gifford or Gary or Seathan or Stan or whoever for camp. But in the NFL, if you come into camp and you're hurt, well, they just cut you. Like you're done. Like see you, buddy. So it's stressfully awesome. But yeah, I love doing it.
Yeah.
And the pro day guys, we had 14 weeks. Obviously because we didn't make a bowl game, and Phelan and Luke and Nori were like, well, we don't want to sit for that long because then we're probably going to get out of shape. So we did like some general prep and some things like that. But it was, it worked really good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
How, from your perspective, how much do you think the 40 translates to football?
Zero. I think the 40 is the dumbest thing ever.
Wow. You heard it here first.
Yeah. I mean, actually, to tell you the truth, I think football is the Eldro because it's deceleration, reacceleration. It shows ankle mobility, knee mobility, hip mobility, and the ability to accelerate and run angles. The 40 actually started in Cleveland, Ohio.
Did it really?
Yeah. It started.
What'd the story go?
So, from my understanding, and my brother told me this.
Okay.
So, and my brother's
a
pretty
little
factual.
game of telephone.
Yeah. So he's pretty factual. So Paul Brown started the Browns, right? And then he sold the Browns to that other family that sold him to the Ravens. I'm not gonna give him his name, but it was a tryout in downtown Cleveland, in Metro Park, and they had everybody run 40, and that was Paul Brown said those are guys on our kickoff. So that's where it started. Was Cleveland.
And they were kickoff guys. Because that was the job.
That was the job.
40, 50 yards sprint down the field. And now 100%. we put all the emphasis on it.
All the emphasis on it. It makes guys millions of dollars, and it costs guys millions of dollars.
What'd you say?
1940 is when that started.
Yeah. Really?
It's crazy to think that.
So you know that?
Just looked it up. So Brown, who co-founded obviously the Cleveland Browns and the Cincinnati Bengals, began recording how quickly players could run 40 yards in the late 1940s. So
There you
flash
go.
forward 80 plus years. we're
Yeah, so back
still
home in
using that.
Cleveland, that's where it started.
My goodness.
But you look, yeah, at the end of the day, man, you can either play football or you can't. And like at pro day, like you're just standing there watching these dudes like test, and you're like, that dude gonna play, that dude gonna play, And the 40 it makes me money, because we got to do it, we got to develop it, I got a young man right now from Millard South who, as a sophomore, made what is it, the elite or the top tier of what's it called?
For like quarterbacks? Or?
No, like super state.
Oh,
He
okay,
made super state,
okay,
right?
okay.
There's only been 8 sophomores that made super state.
Wow.
Right. He's a long strider. He's 6'2". He's got a big cycling gait. And he's got Illinois, Minnesota, and but everybody wants to see his 40 time.
Mm-hmm.
But the dude runs away from everybody on the football field. And he's not running away from like Class B white dudes. Like he's running away from metropolitan Nebraska kids down, in Omaha. And I'm like, and this dude's slant, curl, post.
Can run the tree.
He can do it all. And he's got touchdowns and all. I'm like, well, why are we not recruiting him? Right? Why are we not? Why are these schools not offering him? Well, when he was 13, he ran 4.95.
When he was 13 years old.
When he's 13 years old. That's his that's his last 40, right? And so everybody's waiting on him to run this 40 time. Now I'm just watching this film like this dude can ball, right? So it's just it's a weird demographic of how like the recruiting works.
Yeah, I think the good coaches can look past that.
Yeah,
for sure.
For sure.
I think people who, like you said, like you have an eye for, or I don't even know if you said this, but I just know that you have an eye for running mechanics and you have an eye for movement. Like you could just see someone run and be like, oh, like lateral step, whatever. And I was like, I remember you did that to me one time when I first came back from training. You're like, oh, that was lateral step on 3. And I said, it was, but you were like 40 yards away. How'd you see that?
Yeah.
But I think there's coaches that have that and don't need the 40 time.
No.
They can watch the film and be like, okay, ooh, this guy moves really well. This guy has a good base to him. I could see, I could plug him in here and things like that.
He's got great ball skills.
Yeah.
And
things you
all
can't
these
teach.
variables that you can't teach.
Yeah.
But for some reason, the matrix is your 40 time, right? What do you do in the 40? And I know plenty of guys that can run a fast 40. I could run a fast 40.
Yeah.
But I couldn't play at Memorial Stadium.
Right.
I'd get my shit waxed. Right. Because I couldn't cut. Right. But I could run fast.
Right.
Maybe cut a long jump over somebody. But that's not football. Right.
Right.
So sorry for swearing, my bad.
No, we got the dump button. That's there.
Okay, good. Yeah, my bad. I've been doing good.
Yeah, you've been doing really good.
But
Really
I
good.
get it. I get frustrated about it because you can play ball, you can't play ball.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so at the end of the day, I just think sometimes guys just overthink it, but really you just got to go with your gut feeling, And I think that's why there's so many misses because they're so over the top of measurables, right? And I get it. Like you can't be a 5'9", 150-pound safety in the Big Ten.
Yeah, right.
But there's guys out there that can play ball, right? At the end of the day, if they can read it and jump the route or whatever it is, or get on top, whatever, but they don't have great measurables, but you don't really know who's coaching them, what they're doing, right?
That was a great point. That was
a great point. So like we always talk, like if you would have stayed and trained with me for pro day, would you ran faster than the 40?
Oh, 100%.
Right?
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
But you're still the same football player.
Right.
You're still Brew. You know what I mean? Ball skills, ability to get out of breaks, deceleration, reacceleration, right? So it doesn't change. But the variable was the 40, but you still ran fast.
Yeah.
4.5.
4.58.
4.58.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that's just, but if you go 4.49, right, we're probably not sitting here.
Yeah, 100%.
And you're 25 pounds heavier now.
Yeah.
So yeah. So there's so many variables to it. But at the end of the day, man, it's a great process, and I just want to put the athletes in the best situation for them to succeed because the window is so small.
Yeah.
I mean, it's so small.
And with that, that's a good point to go to break right there. Wise words. We got Coach Slat. We got Jess in here, along with the host, as always, Chancellor Brewington to my left. We got one more segment on the other side, so don't go anywhere. And again, 402-464-5685. You guys want to join in or through the streams like you have already been. So don't go anywhere. One more break. We'll be back in just a little bit.
Introducing The Outlet by Sartor Heyman. The Outlet brings you luxurious Sartor Heyman quality jewelry at unbeatable prices. Shop our expansive inventory of overstocked merchandise and a vast estate collection that just hasn't found its home yet. This is your chance to own stunning designer jewelry at a fraction of the cost. Elevate your style at The Outlet by Sartor Heyman, where luxury and affordability meet. Downtown at 12th and O or online at sartorheyman.com.
On the Block with Strick and Austin.
Now, to tie it back to Nebraska men's basketball, this group has a chance to do something that hasn't been done before.
Yeah.
You know, in making a run in the Big Ten tournament, a serious run, in winning the first NCAA tournament game, but they're not going to get there by doing the same things they've always done. It is on this team to step up and change that narrative. It won't change on its own. Teams won't lay over for you, and that's the mindset shift we haven't consistently seen yet.
Weekdays from 2 to 4 on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
In life, look no further. Integrated Behavioral Health Services is your answer. They're your compassionate, trusted partners committed to guiding you from challenges to triumphs. Their licensed professionals offer personalized therapy for individuals, couples, and families. At IBHS, the focus is you. Experience a life-changing transformation in an environment tailored to your unique needs. Visit ibhealthservices.com today and take that first step towards a brighter future. Discover the power of healing with Integrated Behavioral Health Services. You're not alone. Let them walk this journey with you.
Agriculture is the economic engine of the Midwest. At Acres Equipment, we dedicate ourselves to making that engine run smoothly. We supply our farmers and ranchers with quality John Deere equipment, parts, and service. We also deliver the most advanced technology and precision ag strategies to help them farm today and for the future. Acres Equipment, solutions for every field.
Old School with DP and J.
Do you think it's too early to talk about Patrick Mahomes as the greatest of all time? You know, to be honest with you, I think he might be on ahead of the pace. It was definitely on pace, maybe ahead of the pace. I think right now everything that he does is going to get overblown, and I think people so quickly forgot the 20-year run of the Patriots. Not 5-6 years, 20-year run of Tom Brady and the Patriots.
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
At Union Bank, people don't have your money. Your money has people. First home people, investment people, people who answer the phone and your chats, dream car people, dream retirement people, driving your dream car in your dream retirement people, small business people, credit card people, and all the other people you need. At Union Bank, our people help you do more than you dreamed possible. So stop in and say hello. We can't wait to see you. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
NEBCO is hiring CDL drivers for ready-mixed concrete, Husker Concrete, and Beatrice Concrete. NEBCO offers great pay, medical and retirement benefits, paid time off, and they pay for CDL training. Apply today and start your new career with a $2,500 hiring bonus. From NEBCO's beginning in 1908, it's the employees that have formed the company's solid foundation. Start your career today. Visit nebcoinc.com. That's NEBCOINC.com.
Hi, my name is Molly Party. I'm a realtor with MP Dodge Real Estate. I'm a newly licensed agent and considered numerous brokerages before deciding on MP Dodge. I chose the company that gives me the most support in my new career, plus guidance and encouragement along the way. MP Dodge has a unique mentoring program for new agents. It's helped jumpstart my career and has a supportive management team and administrative staff. So if you're contemplating a career in real estate, look no further than MP Dodge. It will be the best decision you make.
For over 15 years, Integrated Life Choices has empowered individuals with disabilities in Lincoln and throughout Nebraska. They provide comprehensive services from group homes and independent living services to job training, ensuring fulfilling lives for those that they serve. Now, they're inviting you to join their mission. If you are passionate about making a difference in the lives of people with developmental disabilities, explore rewarding career opportunities with them. Learn more about their services and apply today at www.ilc.net. Be a part of Integrated Life Choices, where your work truly changes lives.
At Allo, we believe in the exceptional. From extraordinary whole home coverage to super fast speeds, our local teams are always on hand to make sure your service is running at top performance. Let go of lag, banish buffering, and enjoy outstanding service throughout your entire home. We believe in delivering nothing less than exceptional service, so that's exactly what we do. Visit us at allofiber.com to experience the exceptional.
93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize before participating in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the K&TK Studios, 1040 O Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeit. Thank you for participating in our contest, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
Back to The Ticket weeknights on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back in. Final segment of What's Brewing with Chancellor Brewington, the host to my left. And again, if you guys got any last-second comments, 402-464-5685, as always, is the Starter Heyman text line. But we got a little bit of time left, so again, I'll just throw it to the host, Chancellor Brewington. Where do you want to go with it?
I got a question for both of y'all. What's the biggest misconceptions about sprinting?
Misconception about sprinting. You know, it's
Where do people get it wrong?
I think they get it wrong with the amount of volume or the development side of things. Front side mechanics, back side mechanics. How do you get front side? How do you get to front side mechanics? Where's your force application? You know, so I think there's just so many different variables out there, different philosophies. You know, like good example, like the block start, the toe drag. You know, that started back with Nestor Carter and the Jamaicans, and there's a toe drag, and it was cool for about 6 months, and then it kind of disappeared, but it's coming back again, right? Well, anytime I'm dragging something behind me and someone else is stepping like a pendulum over their ankle, well, that person's they're going to accelerate better.
Right.
You know, Christian Coleman looks like he's toe dragging, but he's centimeters away from the ground. He's not dragging. So I think it's just the there's so many coaches out there with different philosophies. And I think with social media, there's so many people trying to reinvent the wheel, right? They're trying to, you know, do something different than this person so they can get more likes. But if you just go back to the basis of track and field and you watch Carl Lewis, you know, you watch Linford Christie, you watch Dennis Mitchell, Marion Jones, when track and field, Jesse Owens, when they were running on cinder, when they didn't have blocks.
Right.
It was 90-degree arm angles. It was angles of push, deep shin angles, acceleration. So I think that's the biggest problem, you know, and I wouldn't say problem. It's just issue.
Right.
I don't know the right word for that.
Right.
You know,
You got anything to add on that?
I would just say a lot of like other sports think they can run. Like you see, like no, I mean, I don't mean it like that.
Go there.
You see baseball players like they only have to run like what 30 yards or something, and like they think they know what they're doing, and like they just have the worst mechanics I've ever. Not all of them, but a lot of them have really awful mechanics, and like, and some I'd say some football too. It's
No,
they
yeah,
think they
we
can
be
run.
having we have bad mechanics. I'll say it as a whole
but
for the most part.
But the thing about it is, like in football, you know, you've got to be a little bit out in front of yourself because you've got to be able to change direction.
Yeah.
So, like we talk about, like coming in out of your brakes.
Yeah.
If you come in and you're underneath your center mass, and all of a sudden you try to change direction, well, you're blowing over knees, you're falling over.
Right.
So there's different variables.
Yeah, 100%.
So when you watch Tyreek Hill, what goes through your mind when you're watching someone like that with that much speed and his mechanics? Because he's notorious for kind of running backwards because he's just fast enough to get away with it.
You know, I think I look at Tyreek and he's a football player. Like he is the definition of what football should be and change the direction. Okay. But then last year he went and ran Masters track and he ran 670 something. Well, her training partner runs 6'5", right? So there's but Tyreek's a hell of a football player, and his ability to get out of breaks, and he's football fast.
Yeah,
right?
100%.
And there's track fast. There's all kinds of different fast.
Yeah.
But once he gets into the open field, and if you go back and you really break down film, and you watch like Terrell Owens, and you watch Jerry Rice, and you watch there's another
Randy
receiver.
Moss.
Randy Moss,
Okay.
right? When they're running a slant or a curl, they're a football player.
Mhm.
The moment they catch the ball and they open up into space, and now you got someone chasing them, they kind of transition up to high hips, big time front side mechanics, pushing back, and they're turning into track athletes. And then you watch some guys, they break down when they're running in open field. Christian McCaffrey, that boy, he in the fray, he's a football player, but the moment he sees daylight, he transitions into a world-class sprinter.
Yeah, and you see the way he trains in the
And you
off
see the way he
season.
trains, and that same thing with Nate Gary. Like Nate and I've always trained Nate like the most explosive athletes in the world, and those are track athletes.
Yeah.
So when Nate's healthy and he can run, he's one of the best linebackers out there.
Yeah.
Right. Unfortunately, the last couple of years we've had some major surgeries and injuries and things, and he hasn't been able to do that. But you've seen him.
Yeah, he's getting there. Yeah,
he there now.
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
But that's just a thing. So that I would say that's the biggest difference. You've got to stay in the parameters of your sport. Watch soccer players run. They're covering 3.5, 4 miles a game.
Yeah.
But once that ball gets open, boy, they rotate up and they go. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's the fun part about coaching sports,
Mhm.
right? Is you're teaching them how to be within the parameters of what they need to do, but then also add a different facet to what they need to do to be better.
Yeah.
Faster,
And-
more efficient.
Are we out of here?
Yeah, unless you got one quick one.
No, I just say thank you for coming on, Jess and Coach Slat.
Thank you.
Appreciate y'all coming on. And if you ever need training in the Lincoln area, Omaha area, this is your guy. I promise you, this is your guy.
Appreciate that.
Absolutely. And with that being said, we'll go ahead and wrap up What's Brewing with Chancellor Brewington. Again, Harrison Arns on the 1s and 2s. We'll set up a replay for you from 10 to 11, and then 11 to midnight, the Naily Nebraskan, as always. So thanks for listening, and we'll talk to you in about an hour.
Go Big Red.